Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Joe, yakura Kwasi Pratt Junior, ura Kwasi Pratt Junior, where some for penny edema Insight newspaper, the Insight newspaper. What the ensemble abetuja na mekana say or can wa bufuoso, in fact, or to be edema ne o mampeni John Dramani Mahama ene Mamudu Bawumia mampeni abedi achira ne oye MPP for flag bearer friend Mamudu Bawumia aka Timothy Bawumia watutu bi dia ma omu nyina mienu and was say ah my flag bearer da dia na esi mu ho kwan say mu beyi morani mate dia na esi mu ho kwan na ensamo a owura Kwasi Pratt ekeka de so na ni senti a okeka ansam no mepese yebekọ na yebekọ akọje sa ansam no afi onu ankasa na num yazikakum yagine koku anu te mepese yebekọ na yakobo video no de akere mu na Angr Kwasi Pratt akeka na ne boso senti okeka ne boso nsem fa serious ayikra bedma ka se na ne bu afu atraso wo de mepese yankasa udimachi na medo kohwe answer na no mesro so be subscribe to PENDREAM TV share subscribe button no e wase a mesro fansa etim ho aha subscribe my subscribe button no uwia na de ato icon bell no so tene be ya abribia na ye videos na betimi akọ akire mo sa so na hwe video no like pacho hwe ya make ya no like video no ebo ama video no ekọ akire ema afoforo so enya bi hwe no wa share so ama dodo so ahu video no atimi ahwe bi sa so na ebe stress wo adwenkyere bia na wo de ato comment section no ase yenko na yenkotie eye Angr Kwasi Pratt ewo Alhaji and Haji program no so obra ene na omote the Pan African TV ene Radio Good so na yemra sisia
moment. Mr. Pratt?
Well, I don't know how to put it, and I'm trying very hard to be mild. Look, I cannot for one moment understand this delay in announcing running mates and the madness and the rigmarole around choosing running mates. What do these presidential candidates take us for? Are you telling me that President John Mahama's decision to run for president was made yesterday? Are you telling me that? Now, when he was making the decision to run for president again, didn't he know that he was going to go with a running mate? Is he now looking for running mate? My goodness, I can't understand this. And Bawumia, when did he decide to run for president when Anado leaves? Yesterday. And they are keeping us, on every now and then some new story. Every now and then something about running mate. My friends, choose your running mates now and let's get on with it. What's this useless wait? Sana, I can't understand. What is so difficult about choosing a running mate? That should take all this time, that there should be all this drama around it and so on. What is the problem? Now listen, people who want to be president must be decisive. They must be able to take decisions in the nick of time. What these presidential candidates are telling us is that it is very difficult for them to make decisions. And if that is the case, this country is doomed. They can't even choose their running mate. What choices can they make about the economy? So I'm completely disgusted by this rigmarole, not knowing what to do and creating all this mess. All of the presidential candidates, not one, all of them are behaving the same way. And I'm completely disgusted by this behavior. They can't take decisions and they expect us to have confidence in them. And for me, the worst part is what the Honorable Member of Parliament has described. I am from Ashanti region, so I should be vice president. I am from the northern region, so I should get that. I am from western region, so I should get that. Are we mad? We must understand that the choice of running mate is about resolving the concrete problems that confront Ghana's people. If you go and choose a running mate from the Volta region, does that automatically lead to lowering inflation? If you go and choose a running mate from the Bawumia region, what problem does that solve? So this regionalism is nonsensical, it is foolish, it is populist, it makes no sense. Choice of running mate on the basis of where they come from, tribe and so on. Does it make sense to you? It is foolish. You go and choose somebody from the Volta region. So what? Does that take you out of the IMF program? Does that reduce the stock of the national debt? You go and take somebody from Bumpurugu. How does that help you? How does that help the country? So one of the things we must be emphasizing is competence. Competence. Who can help us solve the concrete problems that faces Ghana today? Who has the answers? Who has the track record? These are the issues. We have all been paying lip service to our commitment to gender equality over many years. Lip service. Anytime a woman is put somewhere, we connive, we conspire, we do all kinds of things. We go and uproot her. And then we come and say we are committed to gender equality. Look, I don't think, and I'm honest about it, that all women are good. There are women who are thieves. There are women who are murderers. There are women who do all kinds of things. But also there are good women too. There are bad women and good women. In much the same way that there are good men and bad men. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And I think that our commitment to gender equality must not be by lip service alone. We need to take concrete actions in order to do that. You understand? If you ask me, if this choice of running mate delays again, I will make up my mind about these presidential candidates. They can't decide. They have no capacity to decide simple things like running mate. How can they have capacity to decide major policy issues? The president declares war. Do you know that? If you're a president, it comes to a point where you have to say that, look, our soldiers should go and fight. Now, if you cannot choose your running mate in good time, and so on, when it comes to the declaration of war, how are you going to perform? Presidents are so powerful that they actually sometimes play God. They decide who should live and who should die. Every president has the capacity to sign the death warrant for people to be killed. Do you know that? Presidents, they can sign your death warrant, you'll be killed. One time. They can also, even when the courts have convicted you and sentenced you to death, presidents can say no. Presidents are supposed to be playing God. I mean, and if you decide who should live and who should not live, are you not playing God? So if you have this enormous power, we are going to give you this enormous power, and it takes you 1 year to decide who your running mate should be, then there's a problem with you. If you're going to give you all of this power, and we have allowed this thing to fester to the extent that, and please, I beg you, excuse my language, today I'm struggling to find the appropriate language. Any idiot gets up and says I'm the best qualified to be running mate because I was born in Bawumia. Any idiot. And it is because the presidential candidates have allowed this to fester. Some of the names, I mean, you know them, I don't want to mention them. Mother, you hear the name, and then you ask, but this one too, Abba, how? This one too, when so, I'm being very calm. I mean, this running mate thing, I'm being very calm. Now, I'm being very calm. But nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Nonsense. And the one that kills me, cry, is the religious thing. Look, Kenoforiata may have failed in many things. I don't know. But he has succeeded in one thing. Kenoforiata, within the last 7 years, has taught us that Bible recitations do not solve economic problems.
Yeah.
That's his success. Huge success. He may have failed in everything, but has succeeded in teaching us that sanctimonious looks and Bible recitations do not solve concrete economic problems. And we should be learning that lesson and using that lesson in our march forward. Christian Muslim ticket. And so what? What does it bring? Or Muslim ticket. And so what? Check our history, check the record. The Indian Fitr Festival became a national holiday when both president and vice presidents were Christians.
Yeah.
Check. Check. Many of the gains that the Muslim community has had in our country happened when both vice president and president were Christians. I'm not saying that means that we should always have Christians as president and vice president. We could have Muslim too as president and vice president.
Yeah.
We should be looking at output.
Yeah.
Look, today we are talking Christian, Muslim, and so on. Bawumia, when he was campaigning to be vice president, one of the things he said was that Muslims would have another Muslim in the Flagstaff house if he was voted for. Is that not what he said? Since being in the Flagstaff house, what have been the gains that Muslims have had? As we sit here, the Al-Aqsa Mosque is being bombed. And his government is saying that it stands firmly with Israel. Alright? The Al-Aqsa Mosque is being bombed. And the government in which he, a Muslim, is saying that they stand firmly with Israel. Firmly. Not just stand with Israel, firmly with Israel. And there are many Christians around the world who are standing up and saying this genocide against the Palestinian people must stop. There are many Christians around the world who are standing up and saying that, look, bombing of mosques should stop, and so on. What has Alhaji Bawumia said about the situation in Palestine? I dare him to open his mouth about Palestine. I dare him to open his mouth about the destruction of mosques in Palestine. Don't waste our time. And President Mahama, look, this your long delay is serving no purpose but just generating confusion after confusion. This is your long delay. Who is it benefit? It's not benefiting you. It's not benefiting the NDC. It's not benefiting Ghana. It's not benefiting anybody. The earlier President John Mahama came and announced his running mate, the better it will be for this country. So stop wasting our time.
Thank you. Honorable.
I wanted to say he should exercise a bit of patience. I don't think it's for lack of courage to announce. I think there are seasons and times for everything. And I don't think it will be too long when President John Dramani Mahama will announce the running mate. So it's not, I mean, I've heard people, even on the floor of Parliament, the opposition keep asking, you were elected 7 months ago, why have you still not chosen your running mate? As if it's any of their business. But everybody is keeping their cards close to their chest. And it's times and seasons, and not very long. Mr. Pratt, you hear of a running mate.
That's what I mean for the whole of Ghana. I mean, nobody loves this confusion. Every day, new running mates. And this thing is dividing us.
Yes.
There's some people who are saying that, look, if the running mate doesn't come from the Volta region, the people of the Volta region should not vote for him. They shouldn't vote for him. What stupidity is that? And then some say, oh, Ashanti, we have to break the MPP hold in Ashanti, so it must be an Ashanti. What nonsense is that? And then some people say, oh, if the person doesn't come from Central Region will not vote. What rubbish is that? The constitution of the party and the constitution of Ghana says that the presidential candidate has the power to choose the running mate. Yes. You should leave the presidential candidate to choose his running mate and stop this useless pressure. Stop this useless pressure. Completely useless pressure. What is this? And I heard somebody who calls himself an elder of the party saying that for him is waiting. If Mahama chooses the running mate and it's not his choice, something will happen. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Stop this rubbish.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I will not lob a grenade into my own house.
Who is launching the grenade?
So when you start outside your whole family house and you throw a grenade, you get your relatives.
Who is launching the grenade?
Well, let me do just a few comments. A few comments coming in on this matter. This one says, Prof. Nana is simply the best, should not be changed. Tell Kojo that they should be ringing the alarm bell still. It's all over. I'm not sure MPP needs our votes. They have something in mind.
It's not important.
No, it's not.
The campaign for Professor Nana it's not important. The president should choose his running mate and let's move on. What is this? Bawumia should choose his. Every presidential candidate should choose their running mate and let's move on. No campaign. The region where they come from is not important. Their religion is not important. Have you been following this research by Global Info Analytics? Have you been following it?
Yes.
Have you been following it?
Yes,
what are you learning from that research? CDD, when they do that, don't you read? All kinds of ignorant, selfish, self-seeking people have jumped onto the political scene and behaving in a very repugnant manner.
Thank you. I have a few minutes. I have about 15 minutes more to go.
What kills me are the threats.
It looks like you have a lot more to say than you are saying.
I told you.
Anyway, well, 15
the threats are annoying.
Yes.
The threats are so annoying.
A brave man is the one who knows when to run.
I see.
Yo, enti Angr Kwasi Pratt ne nsema odi tu dwa no na yakofa de abramo no. Ane wadwudwam. Waka na adwene de akire flag bearers e wokrum ha. Say nyamo ya no mo ye ama the confusion abeto party no unnecessary confusion bi ade ano one kasa wa decide unim nipa wo de neba omanpanyini John Dramani Mahama to bin kan kire me say onim ne flag bearer ana sorry ni running mate o de ne bedi nachi saa so na Mamudu Bawumia entumi nkire yen say as at now onim flag bearer o de ne bedi nachi. May a sure passer by now they will not conclude on who they want to go with. Enti eba ne saying enti ana e was say motwentwen so ana esa create enmity, confusion, disagreement ewo mo akasa mo party mu eba na sa e ha adwen enti de Master Kwasi Pratt e canon na se kire no so unim nipa opese wo de ne ba constitution ama to me so wo na wo say you flag bearer yes mo parties mo dom no enso so e wo the constitution wo say wo consulting profu bi ne ho nkeka ho but ni na chi no wo na wo no wo to me so udi asimasi ana obenten eti no ye nim pass by now mun nyina mun nim nipa amode ne beba say ye na Jane ena eye ya papa John Dramani Mahama ode ne beba ade na wasa wo twentwen so me gina hayi se na Jane ye de ne beba me foa so ena ono aso so na me nya ka ye mfa no mra yes enye se oyo obanti se ne ye Kwasi Pratt kan enye se oyo obanti se de Kwasi Pratt kan wo se ye o ma bi o ma jimi ene o mema bi so o ma jimi ni o ma nya nsafo ho What you see? The man nyansafo ho ne o mema nyansafo enso so wo ho. Ukọ Bible mu a Bible ka Abigail asem wo so ba no ho ofe no sa wo animunyam. Oh, na chese oba no ho ofe no sa wo nyansa. O wo nyansa no ho ofe no sa wo nyansa. Eni wo ema sabi omu ya widifo. Oba obetuma twisikan ya wo obi obetuma twisikan osida gu obi anim oba obetuma diwa wa poison. And your mom, we are soft-hearted people. Omakumamu or dog go mokumamu na chen bibia. E chenadum ko be ya de amount. Sani o wa berema e merema a ridifo so. Enti the said yet bia no is not about gender. And it's not about baby nipa no ofri. So ofri north, so ofri south, ofri voter, ofri hinfa eno enka hu. Emfa hwe meka ye ho enyi hwe mfiri. Say we Muslim, we Christian, Buddhism, Judaism, traditionalist, why, and fashion kind. The ehwehwe ni obi a na adwene mu do, obi a wote amanyo ase, obi a onim amanyo ase, o betumi access your mind no dia ma obetumi apɛ adi o mind anim ama o mind atumi afa ne ntoma pa afira eno enehia. So eno na Master Kwasi Pratt ka ho asɛm no. Until by now, mon share na mon fa obi asabe mo fi sa mo pese mo de ne ba no mon fa ne mra Professor Nana Jane onye di paketo a wo ye ho professor oba sabe nanim ewo nyam oba na adwene mu do metimi aka kyerɛw sɛ oba ne ho eni efin ene edem ene nkekaye biara what you say ne ho ni fin sorry. Ne ho nifin obi a NDC fo yi no ede ne baaye na MPP fo share da a call e find saying Cape Coast University share da country share ne nyomam sanke be hu mistake kakra bi mpo wo no ho na nka yemfa embe politics ntia no say what you say and I say na fa Kwasi hin na we corrupt and na nyoma bi afa na nsase and na we authoritative and omu ade na say omukọ UG say University of Cape Coast eko hwehwemu omanya a single pin oman single mistake so make me aka say she was the longest serving the longest serving vice chancellor the University of Cape Coast. And so why nya no MPP for nya no fin ba ku say omo planer se mami ye be gu nanim ase mo kohwehwe ne kratam kohwehwe ne nyomam but omo anya biribia amfa mami no ho ne ho ti onim de na adwene mu do obuade odonipa che say there no she is a full person o will be bi na me abono to such a person say and this for yanyana any kwanse asisi no form e wo mu see onipa don bebre wo ye won crofar they are also they deserve the offense the running mate position no say me bo waka kranti mo fa nche me they deserve the position but I don't say ma me no yanji free ni so because ma me no so di mu woni me die ya fa ma no what you say obi an people fa hye da wura mu etra ya o ma nya ne ho fin bia ntumi anka nan de wo se chama wuntumi hye da kotena radio so any TV so nan ye o hye da to ayampia didi na tem keke all because omuko hwe ni nyoma ma nya hwe amfa no ho enti na we beifo ma me no hwe no hwe na ni matum so e beifo nsam hunu sa kwasi asem sa na nipa so we nya o beifo mpo na wo chama wuntumi obetuma training obetuma akere wade akere wo made wa akere wo mamade a ama o mahunyansa enti dai enti den call America ne Italy ne ho ade ye wa bayfo akuo omko meetings omko bosun bi omko awurade adidie communion omko didi bom etwa videos pictures beto abonten, and some of them are highly respected people, highly rich people. Omo is kefo omo be companies. A man for sure maso omo ye adwuma mo. At onya bayfo enti dan bayfo and I say because omo nya hwe amfa no. Omunya bibia kakrum ha ka so omo dem nam muni. Come nya bibia amfa ma me no. Odo di no ni. She's not corrupt. Odi no ni. Tu nya bibi mfantare no. Wo de tare a ebe wai. Eti no me se ye kofa na jende ne ba. Praise the Lord. Se no na se ye fi se ye nsan hwehwem enkopa obi ensan fa ne be ka ho amate se abo Julius the Breading. She is not a bad person. Julius the Bra Ghana krom ha media fo nyina penasem. Ono so nya corrupt mfa no ho media fo nyina penasem, Ghana fo penasem, obi anim so obuade, obi anim so ojo oye papa che se akwala kra no one okasa no de nsa gu nachi papa mi hu ne su nipa da. Mi hu Julius the Bra su nipa da. He's so respectful person. Obuade down to earth. What you say? It is a nipa bi say na say o man panyin John Dramani Mahama woni na nante a che ne ho ade ado person de ne ba fa ne bra problem bi ani ho ansa na ye wo ehi fen sen mi wura fini din ayi man we cry fen simple Faudimbra, Kumasi, I think say Mampong, either Mampong side or baby, or Ashanti region. He's also a very respectful man, a person. Pacho, wow, Kaidi now, all their tone, comment session, no, I say Eddie Amami. Also, so Bunumpa, or respecting Humpa. We were feeling the mechanic in that come body at them. Also, so, in fact, in Pennyfo Bebreo. What you say? Pennyfo Bebreo. Pennyfo Bebreo. Togba fed them omu nyina wo ho o person for mo as running mate they are ready to come on board. Ye ho pennyfo ho. Enti no mesre o mampanyi John Dramani Mahama. Onye ne ntem na emako ka watimi wakame na we ne de na ye de enye e ba no sa na ama ho kwa amanfo afi ye be kan nsem hunu bi a kire ye ho na e de enmity bi abehye mu na e disintegrate the party no instead of say be unite here e si aso ye hia united front e de akopamo osono no akowurawura mu. Inti no onye hu biribi ma enten animanum ha ya obi a person wode ne babia hwensi hu kwan say na je na on person repeating na you can still change him sabi o mampanyi atamel sa wanya ne babi eko 2000 okofa ayi efen say I think Alhaji Mumini or Martinamidu. I stand to be correct. I mean kaini po di kan fa no, but I think say Martinamidu no di kan fa no and anko year 2000 and obefa eye offense Alhaji Mumuni in 2004 and also so you lose election and 2008 obefa wo John Dramani Mahama and ode ne bae ode wo bae and afa it is also so person e be out try different hands there is no problem. But if ufi say the woman na no nyoma e wonu munti no yensa mfa ne mra na saa nyoma no Ghana nya no so mfa so a I salute you. Because Mpameno ye hiano Ghana for now. Who's a man or educationist? And Ghana your education system asai ajija atete apansam. Yan fa woman we mbra yan fa educational sector no en function is na hwa de. So mami be free ho no na education no ayesen. Oh ati ase. Enti no ne eye owura Kwasi Pratt eka no enyina so ewo so MPP for the ye nyina ye nim kwan omo fa so eyi omo de omo no anya obi o nyansa e no mekọ akọfa no sabe anya obi o nim nyansa omo sori a obonso mekọ akoyi obi a oye flag bearer ehwe ye kope kramoni ye enkope kramoni ye enkope tani ye enkope sei omo no idea omo di yi running mate say yempe kwanya ye befa so adada manfo bi amomato aba ma ye enye obi o ekoyi ni se nipa no adwen eda ni tirim nti onfa mbebo o man no da bi NDC fo no omohwe adwen na eda nipa ni tirim se adwen na eda nipa tirim no nipa ni tirim no oba obetumi abeboa anaso ontimi meboa en na NDC fo hwe ba MPP fo de obeti yankofa yi asantini bimbra yankofa not na bimbra yankofa kramoni bimbra se nipa no oye so onye ne edna bisio kantan mo amu ni so mo meter wa bon se chinchina o kramoni ndi emfa na mra obra mu wanyansafo bi te say efensen what do you call him alankash mo ne hwan mo mu adwene wo ho nimdie wo ho nimdie no wo ho adwene no wo ho mo mpe. So these are some of the things ye too humful say Omampenyin John Dramani Mahama ba bia wo bia no we die ye be srawo to ho na mo man ntem 2024 election no ye see nsuo no o sha ase bro ntem a na wani ye kokko eti no ye mmoro nsuo no ntem nya afei ni ye twen ama fensen October fensen July August mu ho afin ye ba be ye running mate na afin ye be sele no no so e ba be nya na grounds ni da bi 2020 ye the same thing am why this time ye nyin ntem said ye be ye betimi aboa ama adwumadi na ye no so betimi adin na be sisi form ntem no so hu ba bi e wo so no so wura na aboa ma adwuma na ye no atumi akon perepere mu aha ya me unhira mo na ne aha PENDREAM TV misraw video no like mine and like video no my na subscribe to the channel no so ya tro subscribe wo ase ho nsa nifa so ade kokko no fa nsa etim so na fa to all my say be ya ye video no betimi akọ akiri pa e de mine wo like so e boa ma video no akọ akiri na wa share video no so ama foforo so ensa kabi no mo so etimi ahwe PENDREAM TV say yakofa eye PENDREAM FM aba se Ghana ni bia wo wadwen kire efa amanyo sema ekọ so okrum ha no a bibia wo so pese wo ka ho asem bia no ye WhatsApp voice note na fa send ye wo de send ya ye bebo ewo ye PENDREAM FM no so ama Ghana fo nyina ate de wo so wo pese wo ka PENDREAM TV yesi edamu yopo
Dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases PENDREAM TV
Maneva na say ma PENDREAM TV de o say dem yopo